Well, thanks for joining us here on Bar TV and also New South Wales Touch Football. Great to have your company. This is now the 14 boys competition, second match of the morning here on the main field. And it is, of course, the ACT Raiders, who don't enjoy keeping one particular uniform for any match, it must be said, taking on the Sydney Scorpions in the green. And joining me is David in commentary for Special Comments. David, very good morning to you.
Yeah, well, thank you, James, and happy to be here and assist where I can. But yeah, unfortunately, the ACT Raiders, all their gear didn't all show up on time, so they've had to improvise, and that's why we're seeing a few different colours from the ACT Raiders this weekend.
I'll tell you what, it keeps it interesting, that's for sure, as the Scorpions go on the attack here, working it out through Rosati, one of those Hills boys in the side. They'll change it over here, give the Raiders a chance to put to work what, to me, looks like an AFL jersey, I must say.
It does a little bit, and it also looks a little bit like an old North Sydney jersey, just a little bit less red.
Yep, certainly got the, was it the horizontal bands working across? So they take the touch here. That sun just starting to ease off a little bit, so that might help us just a tad with some of these names, which have been quite difficult in the earlier match. That one is left behind, but still get an opportunity to continue here. Well, the ACT Raiders. Now, David, I'm not sure how much you know about this division, but is there any particular player we should be looking out for from either side in this one?
Unfortunately not. I'm sort of all over the 16s, 18s with my coaching background, and I've just been appointed the 20s Origin coach. So
congratulations.
Thank you very much. So, but yeah, these boys are a little bit young at this stage for me to look at TIDing and the selectors at the moment. But we do have selectors looking at them all weekend to name the merit teams, but hopefully in the future, these will be some boys that I will take some names down and watch for the future.
Absolutely, not too far off from those 20s. It does come around very quickly, and that one is turned over here, and the Scorpions get a chance to work it away from their own line. Once more, it's Rosati, those pink socks. Great little strike dump too, and they can get the substitutions on nice and quick here. Good transition, still driving forward and having them backpedaling too. Lovely play from the Sydney Scorpions. Shifted out here from Carnes. Now opt to come back to this short side for just a moment. Poley, the Manly junior, is with it. Great footwork as well on display from Gore. The long ball comes. Oh, just couldn't quite get it down. Or has it landed on the line? Yes. For a moment there, I thought he might have fallen back into the field of play.
Yeah, he done well to get that ball down. His momentum was going backwards, but he did get down over the line. But a nice little long ball there by the number 1 in Gore.
And it's Jake Medved, not to be confused with Daniel Medvedev, who has gone in here. Nice width about his play on the wing. And we see it so often, David. The wider some of these sides just tend to hang their wingers. There are oodles of space, oodles of opportunities, and it's just about delivering the right pass at the right time.
Yeah, that's correct. These younger ages, they do defend really tight because a lot of teams don't have the long ball. So the wingers are open a lot.
The drop ball comes there from the ACT Raiders. And it is currently the Sydney Scorpions leading 1-0 early on in this fixture here at Tuggerah for the Junior Regionals. 50 years of incredible competition. On that occasion, though, Reece Webster, one of those Hills District boys, has left it behind.
Yeah, I think he had a bit of white line fever. I thought he was away there, but young Gore looks like a little weapon that we could watch through this game. He looks really dangerous.
Yeah, Saxon Gore, he's got great footwork, that is for sure, and be operating through at middle and potentially also out at link throughout the game. So we'll see how much he can get his hands on the ball. So far he's looked very sharp. It is the Raiders though with it for now. The touch comes up. Opportunities both sides here, driving hard and direct. This will now be the last play. Caught there is Isaiah Cornforth. Now shift from right to left. Defence up very quickly though. This will be interesting to see if a penalty is forthcoming. No. Timed it well. I thought that might have been a little early.
Yeah, same with me, and we'll see what sort of structures the Scorpions got coming off their line here.
Scorpions shifting around nicely. There is that little wrap around the Rooster play, as David loves to let us know all about. If you weren't there for the earlier game, I'm sure we can do another run through of how the Rooster works.
Oh, I'm sure we could. I'm sure nearly everybody that does know the touch football world, I reckon 99% of the teams do know a Rooster or are taught the Rooster at a very early age.
I'll tell you what, I was into the Rooster at a very early age, but mainly Red Rooster, so that's where the extra weight has come around the stomach.
Fair enough, no worries. We all like a bit of chicken every now and then, so...
Oh, mate, don't even get me started with the gravy, the extra chicken salt. Oh.
We have the Scorpions scoring a try in the corner here. I believe it was off a Rooster play.
Well, there you go. See, I've been distracted by my sheer enjoyment of a nice big chicken breast, and instead I've missed a try. But it is what it is, and we are at one try apiece here. So the ACT Raiders, in fact, sorry, should I say 2-0. That is, of course, the Sydney Scorpions. The Raiders with the work to do. They'll shift forward, and of course you can see the direction changing from these two sides. That is how we're operating here at the Junior Regionals. 25-minute matches. When a try is scored, we do see the teams change the direction they are attacking from. Here is the Scorpions driving forward once more now. Flat pass, but they take it up over the advantage line. Thought it might have been a sloppy play of the ball regardless, but left behind in the end, so that will be a changeover.
Was nice and direct there by the Scorpions, though. Instead of coming towards their box, they played a direct set, which I think really had the ACT Raiders in a bit of trouble if they completed that set.
Well, here are the Raiders now, just struggling to get their fresh players on. The transitions, they'll need to work on that as the match unfolds, but just starting to get a little bit of momentum in this set now. That's a nice little strike dump too. And pushing forward in the defensive line, they'll slow things down here. That's not what they probably would have wanted on the last play, though. Realistically, what you're looking for is play 4 or 5, just slowing things down before you accelerate right at the death.
Yeah, just trying to set up the Scorpions here for... I'd like to see them try and run a couple of cheap plays, just low percentages, try and get an early cheap try, and then go into a bit more expansive play towards the end of the sets of 6.
So far, so good in terms of that plan. Once more, they'll get another set of 6, though. The quick touch comes. Great little right foot step as well before bouncing off the left from Harsdorf. And here is Harsdorf again. Gets the touch nice and quick. Doing plenty of work up through this central passage. That's 3 plays in a row from Michael.
Yeah, they could possibly go a little bit more expansive now towards the back end of the set.
Let's see if he can get the entire set from him. Well, 4 plays, and is that going to be another penalty? They're just conferring here.
Well, I thought that was a ball down. Didn't handle the strike dump, but play on.
Well, here is Harsdorf. He's taken 5 of the 6 touches so far. Oh, intercept comes, and the Scorpions are away, and there is oodles of space between himself and the next defender. Plenty of pace on display, and the Scorpions go back to back to back. 3 tries to nil. That was beautifully done, stepping up in the line.
Yeah, that was in the passing lane, and the winger just took the intercept, and it was, see you later, shut the door.
Yeah, great stuff there from Reese Webster. Very quick, the number 19. He spotted it nicely as well. It was looming quite promisingly, actually, for the Raiders there. They did have numbers on that short side. It's a play he had to make.
Yeah, it was. I think it saved a try there. They did have the numbers, and he just got up in that passing lane, like we said, and took a 96 intercept and ran the full length of the field.
Dummy comes. Cornforth back on the inside, but the touch came across from Tash Patterson. So many Hills boys in this Sydney Scorpions lineup. Of course, the Sydney Mets are focused, as the name would suggest, a little more towards the city centres, and Sydney Scorpions looking out around the outskirts of Sydney.
Yeah, and this is the first year we've had a region change too. We have had a couple of affiliates. So Parramatta used to be with the Scorpions, but now they're with the Mets.
Great little ball here as well, off it away. Wonderful interchange of passing as well. Patterson continues to promote it. It's one of the best plays we've seen of the match so far, just keeping the ball live. Here is Patterson, up over halfway, and they're doing nicely here, the Scorpions, just to draw and pass constantly. Once more, ball back on the inside. Away again here is Taylon Rosati, and that is an absolute classic try.
That was great hands between the whole team then. Just the passing in between each other, and they're always staying alive on the inside. They were just toying with ACT defence then.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's a lot of criticism that gets faced sometimes for wingers and their passing ability, but both sides of the field then, we saw plenty of good stuff. Reese Webster just providing that final pass back on the inside there for Rosati, so a really strong start here from the Scorpions. 4 tries to nil, and the Raiders have a lot of work to do, but they'll try and get back on the board here through Ethan Ong in the 15. Options out on this left-hand side. Good pressure, though, from the Scorpions, all on side still. It's Luca Wah with the ball now. Last touch comes. Here is Wah. Options back on the inside. Well read, though, and nowhere to go for Lucas Ryan.
Yeah, nice tight defence there by the Sydney Scorpions again.
So Scorpions looking to drive away here. Rosati waits at dummy half. Oh, surely that was forward. Not picked up, though. They'll keep pushing on. I think the linesman might have been obstructed there, having a conversation with the parking cone, but they'll keep pushing on here, the Sydney Scorpions. The cutout ball comes once more. Webster can certainly drive forward. He's got oodles of pace, and once more, scorching the field for the Scorpions. They can't even get close to Reese.
No, you can put that one back down to the start of the set of 6. Touch 3, they were over halfway. ACT were just on the back foot, and they ran a nice little fly play off the end, and once again, well finished by the flying winger in the corner.
Well, so far we've seen Webster put the foot down twice, and on both occasions, no one was coming anywhere near him. We saw the ball boy for the Melbourne Storm on Anzac Day absolutely bolt down the sideline, outpacing Jerome Hughes. Well, I tell you what, let's get Webster lining up for Parramatta out there on the hills.
I reckon he could take on Addo Carr.
Well, according to Phil Gould, he's the fastest man on the planet. So right here, Webster is the fastest man at Tuggerah at the moment. Here is the Raiders, though, shifting forward. Forceful touch, so another set of 6 to come. Will be touched here from Max Busser. Back out here to Harsdorf. Touch comes up. Oh, once more, a very flat pass, if not forward. Letting a few go in this one so far.
Yeah, they don't seem to be picking the ruck forward passes up, so it'll be interesting to see with the 18s if it's the same.
There is another set of 6 to come here. Harsdorf decides to go nice and early. Not even sure if he was given the mark, though, from the referee, so even if he was to get across, probably wouldn't have counted. Here is Harsdorf once more, though. Let's have a second attempt. Now he touches it off. And there's a huge gap there. I mean, we talk about a link. They'll actually need a link for a link at this point, though, with just the spacing they're operating with at the Raiders.
Yeah, they're very spread out there, ACT Raiders.
Here comes Leeson. Leeson went for the line. Didn't quite get there, but once more. Another set of 6.
And there we go. There's the 8th edition rule coming in. That's 3 penalties in a row. So they're asking one of the players to sit on the corner, and they've sat the winger on the corner. So the ACT Raiders will have a one-man overlap here somewhere. Let's see if they can find it.
It's Medved, who's been shunned to the sideline here as Harsdorf goes for a run. The best opportunity of the match to post some points here, the Raiders. They are down 5-0. They need something pretty quickly here. Harsdorf has them backpedaling. He can't score, of course. He is the dummy half and he's caught, so it's actually disaster in the end for the Raiders. Of course, if the dummy half is touched, that is a changeover. So it was an all-or-nothing play there from Michael Harsdorf.
Yeah, it was, especially when you go to 5. A lot of teams do tend to panic, but you just need to change direction when you got 6 versus 5.
Once more, a good drive here, though, from Saxon Gore. He's been impressive for the Scorpions. Up over halfway, and this is just the difference between the two sides. Really managing to get the roll on are the Scorpions. Opportunities once more. Gore goes to the line, but a good touch from Harsdorf. He certainly made up for that play earlier.
Yeah, another direct set there. Had the ACT Raiders on the back burner again. They're just on their back feet, not pressing forward.
Harsdorf firing it back toward the middle. Stepping up to make the touch is Sam Poley. These Manly juniors. It's predominantly a Manly and a Hills outfit, I must say. There's only the one player who isn't from either side, and even then, that is from the Northern Beaches. That's Stan Clark in the 11.
Yeah, they're a strong affiliate, and like I said before, they did have Parramatta, but they've also got Northern Sydney Bears in their region. But the Hills and the Manly do dominate this Scorpions teams.
Raiders here caught through Olsen, and now firing it off. A key miscommunication there, although I think it might have been a changeover anyway. So the Scorpions will work it forward. Medved jumping into dummy half and shifting it on nice and quick. Getting very busy, the wingers in this match, both Webster and Medved. Just wanting another player to run back underneath. I'll take the touch quickly here. And they can continue driving forward. That is Stan Clark, the sole Northern Beaches player in this side. Back towards Lowe. They still got them backpedaling here. Trouble merging here for the ACT Raiders. A beautifully timed pass. And Medved dives in once more. The wingers are having a field day here, David.
Yeah, they are. And that's the first sweeper play we've seen of the day. And the ACT Raiders just shut down. It was a nice little cutout long ball there by the Scorpions. And once again, wingers are dominating the try scoring at the moment. And they're having a field day like you said.
Now, at the moment, the ACT Raiders outside men would be having nightmares, that's for sure. Hasn't been a particularly happy match for them so far, but let's hope they can get on the board here. Really continue to press their claims to try and get their way back into this match. Ryan shifts it off here to Baldwin. Fortunately, this Baldwin isn't involved in any prop shootings, which is a good start.
I think they got to call ball down here.
Yes, it is Lucas Ryan, the number 1, who's just evaded the touch. I thought it might have been a little bit of a glance on the buttocks of all places, but he's managed to evade that and dive in.
Yeah.
Well done to the Raiders. They're on the board, 6-1.
I think that was a 50-50 like you said, but yes, nice quickie play, quickie quarterback play, and there's nice width there, giving the quickie a step back, a bit of space to work and move.
So the Scorpions now look to strike right back and just assert their dominance. They've been very strong so far in this match, but well done to the Raiders getting on the board. Touch comes there against Riley Davis. He hasn't seen a great deal of the ball so far, but he'll get another chance here. Patterson. Nice evasiveness. Good touch in the end, though, from Busser. Back to Patterson here. There is another one of those little sweep around plays, but they'll end up firing it a lot more direct here through Rosati, who then managed to get a ball out there to Medved. And then finishing in the corner, no touch is coming, is it? No, just in time. It was very close, though. Riley Davis thought he dived in. We'll stick with Patterson here. Patterson comes out now to Elkins. Still further wide. Rosati toying with them. Here is Rosati once more. Very big for his age and can dive from a long distance. And the touch has just come, I believe, on the top of the head there is the suggestion from the referee. Rosati now out to Patterson. Patterson, ball in 2 hands. Great touch coming across, though. Excellent defence from Max Busser.
It was well defended there by the ACT Raiders. The whole set of 6. The Scorpions threw a lot of set plays at them, and the Raiders just kept defending them, turning them away.
Yeah, they've warmed into this contest, the Raiders. Certainly a slow start for them, but the last 5 minutes have been pretty solid, and I would imagine Belinda Wilson would be quite happy with what she's seen to close out this match. There's not a great deal of time left as the Raiders go on the attack here. Driving up over the halfway line, out to Ryan Wilson. Wilson turns it back on the inside to Baldwin. And finally, have we actually seen a forward pass call?
We have seen a forward pass off the ruck, the first one for the day, and I'll be interested to see if they do see a lot more of them coming in towards the 18s and 16s finals later on today.
Yeah, well, much like the Raiders, the referees are having a bit of a slow start themselves, just working into proceedings, but here are the Scorpions now up over halfway. And it's Medved. Certainly got himself on the try scorers list today, but there's been a bunch of standout performers so far from the Scorpions. Rosati's looked very good. Webster out on that far wing position as well. As they come through, Gore, another player who's really dominated so far. Great little dummy. All a bit too easy in the end. It's Will Seve for Manly, the junior, and the Sydney Scorpions at their 7th try to the match.
Yeah, nice little setup there again. Just through the hands, just a draw and pass, but I do like the looks of Gore. I think he's one to watch in the future. He looks like he's got a lot of talent, and he's a real strike weapon in attack.
You know, we look at Leo Messi, who is earmarked by Barcelona at about 10 years of age. You're, of course, coaching the 20s. Here we are in the under-14s. Have you already earmarked young Saxon for a couple of years down the track so far?
I've got a couple of numbers written down from this game, I do have to say, and hopefully in 3 or 4 years' time they'll get to that age that we can look at them for a 20s State of Origin gig.
Well, Saxon, there you go, mate. Make sure to keep this one saved into your Facebook for later tabs, and you can bring it up in a few years and see how we did in terms of the predictions. Here is Saxon Gore with the ball now. He'll play it to get the Scorpions back underway.
He's got a bit of the LeBron James happening on the arm too. He's got the old skins on the arm, so the boys have been watching a bit of the NBA as well.
Let's see if he shoots for a 3 here. The touch comes up. Here is Saxon Gore now, driving deep against this line and has them backpedaling. Medved shifted on now, away to Clark. Looked good in this latter stage of this match, has Stan Clark. He's got a few more opportunities. Here he is once more. Ball comes across now. Good touch in the end, though, from Connor Olsen. And once more, much like we saw in the first little piece of passage in this match, with Webster stepping up to take that important intercept, that was a good read from Olsen.
Yeah, it was good shutdown. And they come together. They didn't go staggered. They come together, and that's what shut the play down.
So another discrepancy here in the play the ball, unfortunately, against the Raiders. I mean, the Scorpions can go on the attack once more. Really good field position for them too. They've looked dangerous every time they've come down here, so with not a great deal of time left on the clock, about 5 minutes by my calculations. Could be seeing them post their 8th try. Now that one was more thrown in hope than anything.
There's an old Hail Mary and hope for the best.
I'm just trying to pick up the wind as well here, David. I think they might have been into the wind slightly as well, so almost no chance of that. I was actually surprised it even reached the link in the end.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. The wind is picking up. It's coming and going, but it was very strong when we turned up this morning to set up, but it's come back really strong, so it could affect long passing later on in the tournament.
It was good to see the sun out as well. Yesterday it looked like we'd be in for a reasonably nice day. We had, during the opening ceremony, some reasonably clear skies, and then very rapidly cloud cover coming across, darkening skies as well for that matter. And then quite a heavy amount of wind, and fortunately the rain was certainly not torrential, but enough to make things quite difficult for the players.
Yeah, it did make it a bit difficult, and yeah, it sort of hit really fast, and then it just hung around for the whole day, and then obviously come 4 o'clock, the rain disappears and touches over and the sun starts to come out again.
Well, it is inevitable. If there is touch, there is rain. We've seen it. Oh, great pickup actually in the end there as well. I have no idea how he's held on to that. Still an opportunity. The Scorpions couldn't believe, and the flick pass comes. Brilliant stuff from Darcy Baldwin.
He had all the footwork, but then just done all the hard work, but the last play, just that late pass.
I'll tell you what, any more of that from Darcy Baldwin, he might have to be added to your list as well. There was some terrific skills on display there. As the Scorpions drive it forward. One thing they've been particularly good at is getting this defence backpedaling. They've really worked the momentum nicely in this match, the Scorpions.
Yeah, they've had nice flow on the back ends of their sets. This one's a little bit not as much flow.
Happy to just take the touch here and work for their final play. This is where they'll accelerate. They do have them moving backwards. A good touch once more. He's been very good in defence, Max Busser, through that central passage.
Yeah, that was good defence there by Busser.
So Busser and also Olsen out wide have come up with some big plays so far in this match. Now there is Baldwin, who fires it along. This is aiming as a better transition here. Once more, Baldwin. He's really come into his own as this match has unfolded. Good transition too, as well from the ACT Raiders. Flat pass, but not forward, that's for sure. Lucas Ryan takes the touch, and they now have the Scorpions backpedaling. So this is a pretty good set so far here from the Raiders. They'll get one more play. Here it comes now, simply jumping out a dummy half. And of course, you cannot score from that position.
Unfortunately can't, but I did see one let go yesterday. I think the referees did miss one yesterday, unfortunately, and everyone just stood still except for the dummy half, and he put it down, and the referee awarded the try. So,
see, look, that is the age-old adage my parents tried to tell me. You know, if someone jumped off a bridge, would you do it as well? If you see someone dive in from dummy half and they award the try, would you have a crack? And
you may as well.
That's come across.
It's up to the referee to pick it up.
Well, here is Webster now. Oh, look at the speed on him. He's an absolute gazelle, and he goes all the way for a hat-trick. Reece Webster, my goodness. I'll tell you what, we've seen some fast players coming through the ages. Webster would be right up there. He can move.
He's right up there, I think. Give him 2 years, he'll be up there with the fastest in-touch football at the moment. We've got the likes of Kyra Adida and young men like that are fastest in touch, but he's definitely going to be there when he gets a little bit older.
I'll tell you what, David, I've had 4 knee reconstructions now, and I still can't even run at all. I'm like a crab. I can't go sideways. When I see that, part of me goes, you know what, Webster, stuff you.
Yeah.
I don't need to see that. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'll just wave my hat at him and say goodbye on that one.
I'm not even bothering to chase. This is like Terminator 2 and they're running after the police car. You're not going to get there. It's gallant. It's just a bit too far, mate.
It's a thought that counts, though.
Here is Baldwin trying to sneak through a gap. Of course, we do have another match flowing on pretty shortly after this as we start to get into some of the older divisions here. The girls will be taking the field. It is the 18s girls for that matter. The Sydney Scorpions, they'll take on the Northern Eagles. There is the full-time siren in the background. And a very convincing victory here in the 14s boys. 7 tries to 1 over the ACT Raiders. The Sydney Scorpions run out winners. And of course the girls are set to take the field very shortly. And they'll be taking on the Northern Eagles. That one promises to be a frenetic match.